With the very recent release of the new Annabelle movie hitting theaters, Annabelle Creation, I wanted to talk more about the alleged true story and the events that had occurred which inspired the original film. According to the original true story, the actual doll was nothing more than a mere children's toy, a Raggedy Ann doll. However, despite its lack of menacing looks, the events that allegedly occurred are outright terrifying. In 1970, a woman purchased a doll from an antique shop as a birthday present for her daughter Donna, who was recently about to graduate from nursing school. Donna had brought the doll back to her apartment where she lived with another nursing student named Angie. As the days went by, Donna noticed that the doll had subtly changed positions from time to time, but didn't think anything of it. Eventually, the movements of the doll became more obvious, and when the girls often returned home from being out, they would find the doll in different rooms, and sometimes sitting on the sofa or standing against a chair. On one specific incident, they even claimed that the doll was kneeling, but when they tried to replicate the kneeling posture, the doll just flopped over since it was not made to do that. Things eventually started to get worse, and the girls confided in a male friend known as Lou. According to Lou, the doll had an evil presence about it, and it wasn't long before they started to find pieces of parchment paper that were scribbled in a child's form of handwriting that would say, "Help me," or "Help Lou." 2 months later, the girls finally decided to contact an unidentified spirit medium when they noticed that the doll was oozing blood from its hands and chest. The medium performed a seance with the girls and stated that a young girl by the name of Annabelle Higgins had died at the residence at the age of 7 and was trying to have contact with Donna and Angie through the doll. For whatever reason, this was not enough for the girls to get rid of the doll. Instead, they decided to keep the doll and call it Annabelle. To make a long story short, the hauntings did not stop there, and instead progressively got worse, as Lou had suffered scratches and allegedly was not able to move one night while the doll haunted him. So, Donna and Angie eventually contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, who were paranormal investigators. After the Warrens had conducted an investigation, they deemed that the doll was not the spirit of a deceased young girl, but instead was being used by a demonic entity as a conduit to try and possess either Angie or Donna. The Warrens then set up an exorcism for the doll and took it home with them, where for the next few weeks they would have to endure the doll moving from room to room as well as other types of bizarre events. The Warrens finally decided that the increased agitation from the doll was too dangerous to keep the doll exposed to the world, so they locked it up in a special glass case which read, "Warning, positively do not open." The doll was kept in a room with other supposedly cursed objects that the Warrens had encountered, and is now part of a museum that is open to the public.